As you can see, my lab is a mess, so let's organize it together. I've recently added a lot of stuff to my inventory and my lab bench is so cluttered, so I really need to organize everything and make things easier to find. The first thing I had to do was clear everything off that bench because it was way too overwhelming and I needed a nice clear space to work. My plan is to use these bins to group all my raw materials by category so things are easier to find. The first one here that I'm working on is surfactants, and anything that I haven't used yet, I'm going to put towards the back of the bin, and anything that I'm currently using or I want to use up, I'm going to put in the front. This next bin will be emulsifiers and solubilizers, and again, the same principle applies. Anything that I haven't really used yet is going to go in the back, and anything that I'm currently using or want to use up will go in the front. And I want to do this because I just don't want to forget what I have and what I've opened so that I don't waste anything. This bin is going to be oils. I have so many different oils that it's so hard to find them when I want to find them. So putting them all in this one bin is really going to be so helpful for me. As I'm going through this, I'm realizing I actually have a ton of smaller little bottles of oils that are going to expire soon. So I really need to think of something to use with them. I think I might make a mega body oil with all of them just so I can get some use out of them and they don't go bad. But that's kind of a downside to natural oils because they can go rancid pretty quickly. In this next bin, I am putting water-soluble extracts and ingredients, and I also have a ton of these. I have a lot also that are almost used up, and I'm going to put those closer to the front so that I don't forget about them. But this is why it's good to organize because honestly, sometimes I forget what I have, or I bought something a while ago and I'm like, oh, I wanted to use that for this particular project and I never got around to it. So it kind of refreshes my memory on what I bought things for and kind of gets the creative juices flowing. It's honestly so satisfying to see these all in one spot because they've been floating all over my lab bench for so long. This next bin is going to be waxes, butters, and fatty thickeners. Now that fall is approaching, I kind of want to experiment with different body butter formulas, so these are going to get plenty of use in the upcoming weeks. This next bin is kind of random, to be honest. I have a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I also have a lot of small sample sizes of things, and I'm just gonna stick them in here so that whenever I'm looking for a sample size of something, I know where it is. I'm also putting some thickeners in here like xanthan gum and Siphamax Sen. And lastly, I'm putting my preservatives because I didn't really have a good spot for them, so I figured this is as good a spot as any. I also wanted to designate a bin for sugars and salts like physical exfoliants because they come in pretty large bags and I didn't really have a good spot for them. I figured this is a good way to organize them. This last bin will be fragrances. I don't have a huge collection of fragrances, but they're really tiny bottles and kind of hard to find a spot for. So I have this little small bin here and it's kind of the perfect size to fit everything. And it just makes it so much easier to find what I'm looking for. I cleaned all my shelves and now it's time to restock things. I did have some larger bottles that didn't fit into the bins, but I am putting them next to their appropriate categories. Honestly, cluttered spaces give me so much anxiety, so as the clutter was building up and as raw materials were coming in and I didn't really have a spot for them, it just really didn't inspire me to come in here and do anything. I just didn't have the energy for it, but as I'm putting this all together now, I just feel so much better and so much more inspired. I also decided to make labels for all my bins. This little printer is one of the best things I ever bought for my lab. If you guys need a good label printer, I will link it down below. This is the Nimbot printer and it's so simple and easy to use. So this is the final result. Everything is all organized, but let me show you guys around and show you how I work in here. So over here is where I like to record my content. It's just a nice clean background. Moving over here, I have my scale and my hot plate. To be honest, I could probably use a larger hot plate. I will invest in one day, but this one's really great for small batches and experimental stuff. And over here, I have some distilled water in a little squeezy bottle. This just makes it so easy to grab distilled water for my batches. And over here, I have some alcohol. I use alcohol to clean down everything in my lab and try to keep things as sanitary as possible. Moving over here, I have this little spinny organizer where I put pipettes, a pH meter, which I really need a new one by the way, some tape and some scissors and stuff. And then I have this little broken beaker that I use for wastewater, usually when I'm taking pH. Moving over here, I have my homogenizer and standing mixer. These are both really useful things to have. A homogenizer is absolutely necessary if you are planning to make emulsions or if you need high shear for anything. And I really like this one because the homogenizer head is pretty small, so I can use it in a really small beaker. It's a bit of an investment, but in my opinion, it's worth it. Now, in this corner here, I have a little plant, and I just use this for background stuff and little decoration. This little basket is where I toss all my dirty dishes as I'm working, so they're out of the way and ready for me to clean when I need to. Moving over here, these are some of the bins I organized. First, I have my surfactants over here. Then I have my oil-soluble ingredients / oils. And over here, I have my water-soluble ingredients. Now, anything on the shelf I feel like is very common use stuff, so that's why I put them here. And then on the top, I have my fragrances. I have the samples / powders, preservatives. And over here, I have my physical exfoliants. Then I have my butters, waxes, and thickeners. Then lastly, on this shelf, I have emulsifiers and solubilizers. This particular lab bench that I got is great because it has additional storage down here. So I have 3 really large drawers and I put a bunch of stuff in here. So they're kind of like junk drawers, to be honest. And in here, I've got miscellaneous stuff. I have some pH buffer solutions over here. We've got some pH buffers themselves, some good old plastic wrap, some masks for when I'm working with powders, my ceramine tablets for sanitizing, thermometer, sponges for cleaning. These are a must. And also some little pipe cleaners for cleaning. These are also a must-have. I also have a few mica powders over here. I don't have too many, but just a few. And then in the back here, I actually have a microbial testing kit, which honestly I haven't even used yet, but I really want to. So maybe I'll make a video on that. Moving on to the middle drawer, this is where I keep my spatulas and spoons and stirrers. I have some extra homogenizer heads in here and, stuff like that, just to keep it kind of out of the way and in a drawer once it's all sanitized. This last drawer is truly a junk drawer. I kind of just throw random stuff in here. I have my label printer, which I really love. Again, this little label printer is a must-have in my opinion, and it came with these extra labels, so I have them in here. I also have a random microphone in here, which honestly probably needs to be charged, and then I have some extra filming equipment to hold my phone. Truly a very miscellaneous junk drawer over here. Underneath my drawers is where I store all of my beakers and glassware. This is a closed compartment. I want to make sure that no dust, debris, or anything is getting onto them after they are cleaned. So that is why I keep them in here. And then on this side, I have some cleaning equipment where I just kind of have it out of the way and easy to grab whenever I need to clean something. Moving on to the left side here is where I store a lot of my packaging and extra lab supplies. And this room is really small, so I gotta make use of what I got. So in here, I have some extra gloves, I have some extra alcohol, Kim wipes, syringes, that sort of thing. On the bottom here, I actually have my steam bath, which I really honestly haven't used in a while, and that's why it's in here. It's kind of clunky, takes up a lot of space, and I'm kind of just keeping it out of the way for now. Now down here I have some Kim wipes and some gloves that I am actively using. Now moving up to this corner, this is actually a huge box of pipettes. I think I ordered like 1,000 of them, but I go through pipettes a lot, so needed a lot of them. Now down here is where I store a lot of my packaging. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but everything is put away in drawers so they don't get dusty, and I didn't really have drawers for these, so they're stuck in their boxes for now, which is fine. In there I have some more jars. And then moving down here, I have my trash can, super necessary, gotta have one. Then over here, I have some larger jars and packaging. These are 8-ounce jars, and I also have some like plastic jars down here as well. That is the full lab tour and organization. I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I would truly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.